The situation in Ukraine by the end of 24th of September. The situation at the Olginsky site in the Kherson region. The Ukrainian command plans to conduct a counteroffensive by the forces of the BTG 17th Detachment of the Armed Forces of Ukraine to the Novovoznesenskoye-Kostromka line, followed by access to Arkhangelsk. The military personnel of the brigade conduct training and undergo combat coordination. Along with this, the infantry units of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in Osokorovka are preparing to storm the Lyubomirovka-Kreshchenovka line. Reinforcements arrived in Vysokopolye to reinforce the group of troops of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. In preparation for the offensive, artillery crews of the Armed Forces of Ukraine are firing at the positions of the RF Armed Forces. Target designation is provided by the Bayraktar UAV, which took off from the Kanatovo airfield. The situation on the Lyubomirovka direction, in the Rydkadub area, the Armed Forces of Ukraine managed to take advantage of the numerical superiority and push through the defense of the RF Armed Forces. Ukrainian formations entered the operational space to the north of the settlement, where there is no continuous line of defense. Ukrainian formations established control over Rydkadub, Kharkovka, Novo after a successful attack from Lazovo. Reinforcements of the Russian motorized rifle formations of the 20th Army, who arrived in time, carried out a successful counterattack and recaptured the villages of Kharkovka and Novo. The Ukrainian military entrenched themselves in the village of Rydkadub. Fierce battles are going on in the vicinity. The Ukrainian command abandoned large forces of motorized infantry for further advance to the north and access to the Svatovo-Borovoi highway. In the event that the armed forces of Ukraine reach Svatovo, the entire Lyman group of Allied forces will be in an operational encirclement. With a simultaneous strike from the bridgehead near Kupiansk, the entire defense along the border of the LPR could collapse. The command of the RF armed forces is throwing reserves into battle in order to pin down parts of the Ukrainian troops and slow down their advance, gaining time to create a continuous line of defense and stabilize the situation on the front. The situation in the Soledar direction, detachments of PMC Wagner destroyed large strongholds of the armed forces of Ukraine to the east of Otradovka and west of Vereshina. The advanced groups of Wagnerites entered and entrenched themselves on the southeastern outskirts of Zaitsevo, south of Bakhmut, Artemovsk. Fights are going on in the private sector. After the liberation of the Donbasskaya PS, Wagner PMC fighters continued their offensive to the west in the direction of Zaitsevo and Vesela Dolina. The Wagnerian forces in the east of Bakhmut expanded their zone of control, moving deeper into the Horticultural Association north of Patrice. On the preparation of the amphibious assault for a sortie to the Zaporizhzhia NPP, 2 weeks ago, information was already received about the ongoing preparation of Ukrainian formations for the next sortie to the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. The Ukrainian command still did not abandon these plans. Special forces, primarily Marines, are training before another attempt to capture a nuclear power plant. Over the course of 2 nights, 17 Ukrainian boats have been conducting a training session on landing Ukrainian military personnel on an unequipped coast on the Dnieper River. According to the plan of the exercises, a company of enemy personnel, up to 110 people, in the dark is practicing landing in the vicinity of Novovoznesenskoye-Kostromka. The Turkish UAV Bayraktar TB2 accompanies the group, suspended at a distance of 50 kilometers from the landing site. The very fact of the ongoing preparations confirms the seriousness of the intentions of the armed forces of Ukraine to regain control over the power plant. Taking into account the fact that next week the Zaporizhzhia region will already be part of the Russian Federation, an attempt to seize the nuclear power plant can be made in the coming days.